Kylie Minogue, you must be rather happy. I suspect you are.
I'm very happy, yeah.
Oh, I mean, we do ask people who have been in the charts on numerous occasions, do they still worry? Do they still get paranoid? Do they rush to the latest?
Every time. And actually, I've just been back in the country for about a week, and when I got back, I was like, what's midweek, what's midweek? And at that stage it was #5, so I was so happy. I mean, I had a great rest over Christmas, and to come back to such good news was wonderful.
If it's not, I mean, one or two have not done quite the same thing. Were you plunged into depression when the news wasn't quite as good?
Depression of sorts, I guess, but then I realised I'm being ridiculous because, you know, just because it's not top 10, you know, it's top 15 instead. Still, that's one I have to, it's good for me actually, because I need to get my perspective right again.
When you say get your perspective right again, was it, we've talked about this before again, the whole business of, I always suspect at one point, people were asking too much of you, and you'd leave this studio, you'd go to 14 interviews, you'd go somewhere else the next day, and to be quite honest, you were tired, and you looked jaded about a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think 4 years ago, there was such an explosion and everything happened so quickly, and I was on TV twice a day. There was so much going on, which I don't think anyone could have planned. It just happened that way, and so to try and maintain that kind of success is virtually impossible, and I actually wouldn't want it to be like that because it was just it was too much. So now it's settled down to...
It's this kind of panic-struck, not you necessarily, but maybe the managers of the world think, crikey, you know, here today, gone tomorrow. We've got to do it now. Everything's got to be done now. Yeah,
I think myself and the people around me thought that a while ago, and hopefully now I've earned some time to take things a little slower.
Do you worry? I mean, in many ways, presumably commercially, you're okay. I mean, you could presumably relax for a few years, forever maybe.
Yeah, I guess I could, but each time when perhaps I get a bit fed up with what I'm doing, or I'm just stressed out, or whatever it might be, I think, that's it, I'm giving up, I'm quitting, and then I think to myself, well, God, I'm just starting to get good at it, I'm just starting to understand what I'm doing, so it's kind of impossible for me to stop right now, because I just want to make it a bit better and make the next album. Just continually trying to improve.
For every hit, there's always a detractor, isn't there? And there's always the picture, the story, or whatever that you might not want. The Madonna style publicity, did you resent that when the pictures of you in the old skimpy outfits and everything, saying, what is she trying to do?
Well, what I resented was the fact that the press, the tabloids in particular, didn't really review my show. They were merely commenting on the outfits that I was wearing, and of course the outfits were meant to cause something of a stir, and they did.
But your experience, I mean, surely you said, well, they will, weren't they? You knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I knew that, but I, to be honest, I didn't expect it to that degree. And in the beginning, I was quite flattered to be, I still am quite flattered to be compared to Madonna, to be looked at as being in that league, but I do get quite tired of it, because I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm trying to be myself, basically.
Do we sense a new demure look, a relaxed, I know what I am look?
I'm very relaxed at the moment, and I guess that's coming through. Yeah, people have noticed that.
One reason you're relaxed, you've had a break. I mean, you've actually had a break.
I did.
How long in Australia did you have?
I was there for about 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
And can you relax totally? I mean, when you go in Australia, the other thing? Didn't you used to be, or aren't you, or...?
No, Australia it's quite relaxed for me, and when I'm home I tend to just basically spend time with my family and, you know, potter around, not really do too much.
Is the family chat any normal family chat?
Oh,
Keep your fingers up, get your elbow off the table, Kylie.
we actually had, it was amazing because the whole family was home, my brother and my sister, and it's not very often that the 5 of us are together, so...
Do you squabble?
No, we don't squabble, but we do have our moments of, like, tears and normal family situations, just when you don't expect it.
What, emotional tears?
Yeah. One will go, the other one will go, and I just had a really nice time at home, and I'm feeling good at the moment.
Got this very odd vision now, looking through the windows. I tell you what, 5 Minogues crying, is this?
No, not all at once. Consecutively. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that as any household has their ups and downs, so do we.
More films for you, because sitting next to you, we're about to discover a man who's making some rather good films at the moment. More films for you?
I would love to. I can't believe it's almost been 3 years since I did Delinquents, and ever since then I've been saying, yes, I'm going to do another film, and I think having taken up touring, that's taken up a lot of my time. But as soon as the right part comes along and I can find the time, I just hope I haven't forgotten what to do.
Well, you can
at that stage.
The thing you can now do is write your own diary. Just write it yourself.
No, too much work. I'll just rather learn it. Admire her determination and individuality, and I would never have thought that I would be, up near the same level as she is.
Madonna is an astute businesswoman, tough and in control. Kylie has had to harden up in order to survive.
I've had to be over the last few years, and just aside from what I do with my career, there's the whole press side that unless you toughen up, you'll be driven insane, And I think with Madonna is she doesn't really hide much, whereas I'm probably as foul. In fact, I know I am, but I just don't say it in front of everybody. So actually, when I saw her film, I was sitting with my manager and my assistant, and we were giggling because there was quite a few parallels.
I think I met everybody.
You're the one to give advice about men.
The parallels are easy to see. Both have an active acting career. But Kylie would not want to be constantly in the glare of publicity.
If I get together with people, the last thing I want to talk about is myself. I think it's incredibly boring when I've been doing it for hours and hours on end. So I'm interested in, what's it like being a plumber?
The gorgeous Kylie will have a full news roundup in tonight's News at Night.
There are the wings and willing you on?
I don't know. Actually, my London show I'll be quite nervous at because most of my friends will be there.
And is it all ready? Is it all planned and you're all sorted for it now?
At the moment, working on the choreography and getting the set list together and stage, so it's all coming together.
It's a very dancey show. You came on the Radio 1 Row show when I was down in Plymouth, and it is a very dancey show, isn't it?
Incredibly, so I'm like trying to get fit.
Working
right
out.
Now. Yeah.
You're working out. And there is a possibility, if you are a fan of Kylie and you would like to go to one of the concerts around the country, that you could go for free. You've got to get yourself there, but we'll provide the tickets. What's the question to win those tickets?
The question is, okay, my album's called Let's Get To It. If you were to go to Queen Maud Mountains, where would you go?
Right, let's get to it. If you were going to go to Queen Maud Mountains, where would you go? There are 4 tickets to the concert to give away, 4 sets, so you could go along. Make sure you can get to the venue, otherwise, well, you'd be walking, actually, as a matter of fact. So we'll provide you the tickets, but you've got to get the transport and say whereabouts you live. Make sure you stress where you live so we can send you to the right one, and the very best of luck. Thank you very much for coming in. A pleasure, as always, to see you. And the address is...
It's Kylie Minogue. With a new tour starting tonight, Kylie's been rehearsing hard, and we've been behind the scenes to grab a sneaky preview. For Newsround, Nick Gardner reports.
Kylie & Co. putting the finishing touches to her biggest ever UK tour. It all starts tonight in Plymouth. So how will Kylie be feeling the minute before she walks out on stage?
Normally what happens is 10 minutes before the show, I want to start now. I'm so anxious, it's like, so 10 minutes everybody, okay, right. And 10 minutes seems like an hour, and I'm ready to go. So a minute before, I'll just be happy to get out there and do it, have a good time.
been a lot of talk about Kylie's new look. It's in the papers, in the press. Are you surprised by the way people have reacted?
I was surprised by the way they reacted, which was quite foolish of me, I think, because I felt it was a very natural, steady progression, but it wasn't until I was forced to look at all my videos from the beginning up to that point, and then I could see what everyone was talking about, because it was like, you know, what happened to this girl? If only we had worked it out somehow. I wasn't trying to get away from my younger fans, I was trying to extend my audience. And I don't know if that is possible.
Will your family be going to the gigs?
My mother is on tour with me, which is very
What's that like?
That's great. She's part of the team. I'm always a bit reluctant to say my mother comes on tour, because I'm sure people would think, oh, look at the pushy showbiz mum, and how'd you go, Kylie? It's my daughter. She's not like that at all.
Kylie's tour takes in, among others, Birmingham, Manchester, Edinburgh and Sheffield, as well as 2 nights at London's Wembley Arena.